Okay, we're going to look at page 4C in the 2527 packet. And we're going to go over how to combine like terms and what a like term is. So, in the expression 5x plus 4x plus 7, we notice there's two like terms. A like term is the same variable raised to the same coefficient. So 5x and 4x are like terms. And the rule says when you have like terms, you add the coefficients and leave the term the same. So if you have 5 of these things called x's, and you add another 4 of these things called x's, you end up with 9x plus 7. Now 7 is what we call a constant. So any standalone number, such as 7, is a constant. Constants are not like terms to numbers with variables attached. So I have combined all the like terms. 9x plus 7 cannot be combined any further. So now let's look at the next one. We have 5 plus 2x squared plus 3x plus 4x squared minus 2x plus 7. Okay, so now I look for terms that have x squared. Now, what I really should do first is write these terms, list them with commas. So I have a 5, I have a 2x squared, I have a 3x, I have a 4x squared, I have a negative 2x, and I have a 7. Because when you write it like this, with the commas, I am aware of the fact that this is a negative 2x, and it's not minus 2x, and that's a common question. So now when I combine my like terms, 2x squared and 4x squared, they're both x's raised to the second power. That becomes 6x squared. I add them together and cross it out. Now I'm going to combine a 3x with a negative 2x. And a 3 plus a negative 2 is 1, so I'm left with 1x. And I'll just write that as an x. Then I have two constants, and they can be combined, so I say plus 12. Okay? Now, I did it the shortcut way. Some people like to group their like terms first. So I could write 2x squared, 4x squared, 3x, negative 2x, 5, and 7, and done it that way. Either way is fine. Now the next one is 11 plus 5x plus 5x cubed plus 5x squared minus 3x minus 8. So now I'm going to list these with my commas. Negative 3x is a term and negative 8 is a term. Okay, and notice when it's listed with commas, it's obvious to me this is a negative 3x, this is a negative 8. So now I will try listing them by like terms. I only have one term, 5x cubed. I only have one term that's x squared. I have two terms that are x's. And I have two terms that are constants. So now, obviously, this is 5x cubed plus 5x squared. When I combine these two, that's a 2x, so I say plus 2x. And an 11 and a negative 8 is a 3 plus 3. So that is my answer there. Okay, and now the last one. 5 plus 4x plus 6x minus 2x minus 7. So I'm going to list my x's. Well, first I'll write it with commas. 5, comma, 4x, comma, 6x, comma, negative 2x, comma, negative 7. I'll list my x's, 4x, comma, 6x, comma, negative 2x. 4x plus 6x is 10x. 10x minus 2x is 8x. And I have a 5, comma, and a negative 7. And the negatives are going to win the tug of war by 2. So my term is 8x minus 2. Okay, so that's the top part of the page. And now we're going to do some of the bottom. And it says, for the given expression, identify the terms, like terms, coefficient, and constant terms. Then simplify. Simplify means combine like terms, the expression. So number 1, 10x plus 7 plus 3x. First, I'm going to write it with my commas, comma, comma. Terms. Well, I have 3 terms, 10x, 7, 3x. Group the like terms, okay? So I'm going to group 10x and 3x and 7's by itself. List the coefficients. Well, a coefficient is a number that multiplies the variable. So this multiplies a variable and that multiplies a variable. So I have 2 coefficients, 10 and 3. Then it says list the constants. Well, the constant is a standalone number. I only have one constant and it's a 7. Then, if I'm to combine my like terms, 10x plus 3x is 13x plus 7. So that was a very simple one to combine like terms. Okay, let's look at number 2. I have negative 4k minus 12 plus 3k. So first I'm going to list my terms separated by a comma. So this, essentially, I listed my terms. I have 3 terms. Now I'm going to group my like terms. Okay, well, negative 4k and 3k are like terms, and negative 12 is the only constant. I'm going to list my coefficients. Coefficients are numbers that multiply variables, so negative 4 and 3. And then constant. A constant to standalone number, negative 12. And now I'm going to simplify. Well, I have to combine my like terms. Negative 4k, positive 3k is negative k and minus 12. Okay, now I'm going to do number 3. 5n plus 1 minus n minus 8. Again, I'm going to list my terms separated by commas. I'm going to group my like terms. Right? These are like terms. I'm going to list my coefficients. Now, a coefficient is a number that multiplies the variable. So the coefficient here is 5. This coefficient's a little trickier because I can't just say negative, and I don't want to write negative n because a coefficient is a number, not a variable. So then I remember, oh, when the number disappears, it's a 1. So negative n is the same as negative 1n, so the coefficient is negative 1. These are my 2 constants. Now to combine my like terms, I have a 5n and a negative 1n. 5 minus 1 is 4, so that's a 4n. And a 1 and a negative 8 is a negative 7, so this simplifies to 4n minus 7. Okay, so let's jump down now to number 6. You can check on Google Classroom to look at my answer key if you want to check the answers for 4 and 5. Number 6 is negative 19, comma, negative 11a, comma, a, comma, 16. So those are all of my terms. My like terms are negative 11a, comma, and a, and negative 19, comma, 16. My coefficients are the numbers that multiply the variable. So I have negative 11, and when there's nothing there, that means there's a 1. So my coefficient is 1. And these are my constants. Constants are standalone numbers. So now I combine negative 11a and 1a, and I get negative 10a. I combine negative 19 and 16. The negatives win the tug of war by 3, so it's negative 3. Okay, so that's the end of 4C.